Good day, everyone. This is Dark Sage Walker, and we're gonna jump back into some Binding of Isaac, have a little fun after work. I also have more to say about Mortal Kombat 11. I thought, real honestly, that I was done with that topic, that I was gonna get to move on. Ooh, I was a little off. No, there's still more to say about that, apparently, and I was hoping that it was just going to be a one and done thing, but no, there's a little bit more to go through, so let's pick a character and get into it. I haven't done Dark Path Apollyon, and I haven't gotten to Boss Rush, so let's try for one of those two things. Well, Dark Path will happen regardless. It's always iffy whether or not you'll get to Boss Rush, but we will try. Oh, rest assured, we will try. I don't mean that. So what is there left to say about Mortal Kombat 11? I mean, I've pretty much already stated clearly that the political overtones of the game are ridiculous, given that it's a video game where you use ridiculous and unrealistic fighting moves to do things like crush people's skulls, and somehow they just get right back up afterwards. Look, the fact of the matter is, I have no real problem with the violence in Mortal Kombat. That's never been my thing. My thing is, Mortal Kombat has always stood against censorship. So now the idea, Now the idea that they're willfully censoring themselves and trying to make woke as fuck political statements, it's nonsensical and it goes to a ridiculous length. Oh, thank you for that half soul heart. I am all down for that. And apparently it's now to the point where at least some of NetherRealm Studios' staff is actively saying, don't like it, don't buy it. And they're doing so by insulting fans of the series. So, if you go on Twitter, perfect. That won't come out sounding really dumb at all. But if you go on Twitter, I believe the name of the guy is Danish Saeed, S-Y-E-D, whatever that's supposed to be. I don't have enough money for you, so bye-bye. That makes the shop worthwhile. If you go check out his Twitter page, he's saying that he's basically going out of his way to say that if you didn't like Jax's super woke ending in Mortal Kombat, then you're racist. And he doesn't say it exactly like that. I am not going to turn down Infestation 2, thank you. And when pressed on this, saying fans aren't going to appreciate that, his actual response, I'll take this and the soul heart, thank you, was, don't call them fans. What? Don't call them... Okay, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. So you're saying that people like me who don't appreciate your political agenda, and also the idea that the real racism is being committed on your side of the fence, I'm the bad person. I'm the one who has a problem because I don't like your political message. Okay, that's how that works, huh? Alright. Okay. So, wow, that was horrible. So then, if that's the case, if I'm the bad person for not liking these woke as fuck politics being in my video games, then what does that make you exactly? Because you're the one pushing this crap. You're the one pushing for the racist as fuck ending. And yes, I do think it's racist to completely disavow an actual part of history that happened, to try to make your own revisionist version of history where everything that happened that, wasn't to your liking is bad. You don't get to rewrite history like that. Not every part of history is positive. Not everything that happened in our history is something that's good. And I'm aware that that's, you know, not the most positive of messages, but the fact of the matter is, the message doesn't need to necessarily be positive. Oh, hello. That's a bookworm. Alright, history does not care whether or not our fifis get hurt. All that matters is what actually is. Facts do not get changed because we don't like them. You want things to change? Be a more positive force for change in the world. Stop disavowing that things happen just because you don't like them. That was, it's bad enough that you're including that racist shit, you know, from a character that's never been racist, by the way. Just thought I'd point that out. Jax is not a racist character, and he is not more interested in being woke than he is in fighting for his friends, his family, and his country. Never mind all of that, he's gotta be a woke as fuck social warrior now. To that I ask, why? Why is it important that we go through this character quote-unquote development? Keep in mind, I don't actually think it's a character development, I think it's a sad regression. Oh, blue candle. First time seeing it. Don't exactly have the money for it, I don't necessarily want to give up what I have, though. The void is going to help me out long term, so... Now, the starter deck, on the other hand, that could help quite a bit. Hi, Cecil. Cecil Bird. Buddy. Buddy. The people can hear you, pal. They can hear you. Like, I'm pretty sure that's the point, but, you know, regardless, you don't need to be rude. Ah, sad. And I've still kind of overall gotten a positive on my tier rate, but... Alright, let me... Oh wait, no, I wanted to get starter deck.
Judgment.
It occurs to me that I have yet to unlock the Lost, and I just saw Mom's box of trinkets in there. Maybe I should have been smart and picked that up so I could eventually unlock the Lost. But I can worry about unlocking the Lost later after I've completed some of the post-it notes. And who knows, maybe I'll find the missing poster maybe even later in this run. Wow! I am just not thinking. Yes, I'll take that. I think I'll just leave Death's List alone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here, back to the library, and we're going to absorb all those books. Because that will give us a significant advantage later on. And so long as I... Wow. I'm actually, like, shocked at myself for being that stupid. Cecil! What's up, buddy? Yes, I'm talking to you. What's up, pal? So, there's that little Mortal Kombat bit that really pisses me off. Like, the same thing happened with EA not even too long ago with Battlefield 5, where they did nothing but insult the people who are actually interested in buying the game and then said, oh, don't like it? Then don't buy it. Well, guess what? They didn't fucking buy it. I am not playing well right now. I need to wheel it back and try to relax a bit.
The stars.
Whoa, no way am I taking Bursting Sack. Item is awful. I will take Little Brim, however. What is this? Chaos card. Beautiful. And I believe I've been over this already, but if I haven't, let me shed some light on this. Most people are not interested in this over-politicization of everything. Most people are perfectly fine and aware of the idea that all of this political correctness is actually harmful to our society, to our state of being. We don't want all of this woke garbage. It serves nothing but to separate people. And maybe that's what you want. Maybe you're more interested in segregation than you are in actual equality and being a decent person. It wouldn't surprise me, is all I'm saying. But the rest of us who have paid attention to history do not want segregation. It doesn't matter which direction it goes, because all it does is make villains and criminals of people who don't deserve that. No one should be vilified simply for the color of the skin or the gender that they were born. Trying to make enemies of people simply because of traits that they could in no way influence is absurd to an incredible degree. Like, seriously, do you people actually think this way, or is this something that you do just because you're told you should feel outraged by everything? Yes, I want that. I think I'll take a Thame. And we'll move forward. No reason to hang around on this floor. I wish I could amass 5 cents to get an arcade, but it's not the end of the world if I can't. So, on the point of Isaac for just a moment, I should point out that the apple is valuable for 2 reasons. One, it gives you a luck-based chance to fire a razor blade that actually does 4 times normal damage. More importantly, it is also a fire rate improvement. I could care less about that. Sorry, I couldn't care less about that. Allow me to rephrase my grammatical error there. So, unfortunately, the Tears Down pill kind of undid my... Whoa, hello, get out of my face. If I may ask a significant question, who here actually believes this far-left propaganda that's being propped up? Is there anyone watching this that actually thinks that this new wave of racism and segregation is actually worth anything? Because I'll tell you, I didn't ask to be a part of any of it. I don't want to be on the side of hate, and I don't think anyone else should want to be on that side either. Hey, we've already been through this. We've already been through the Jim Crow South. We've already dealt with segregation. We've already had people like Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King Jr. Do we have to have their white counterparts now because everything has gotten too woke for them to continue to survive in our society? Is that what this is all about? I think it's weird that that's the direction things are going, but no accounting for common sense, I guess. Oh my goodness. honestly surprised that... Okay, I don't need polydactyly. Is there any... Wow! That's amazing. Alright, well, I definitely want brimstone. And I know it seems dangerous to take that with only one soul heart, but keep in mind that... Nice. Keep in mind that Abaddon gives you 6 black hearts the moment you pick it up. So, we're actually just fine. You know, unless I just don't avoid any damage whatsoever. You know, like a numbskull. Okay, I gotta be better. Gotta be better. Stop taking all this stupid damage. Empress Chaos card. So, actually what the Chaos card allows me to do is take my time a little bit. Or get an easy kill against Hush.
Temperance.
Well, you know I gotta have my champion belt. Alright, anything good? Yes, actually. No mo curse for me! And 2 of clubs again. I forgot there were spikes there. Alright, let's not make the same mistake twice. Alright, I guess that's not the right way. I'd like to point out this is now 2 runs in a row where I've had a really good brimstone setup. I'm either getting really lucky, or the game is just flat out taking pity on me. Whichever one you think it is, and trust me, it's me getting lucky. Video games don't exactly have feelings, so, you know, take that for what it's worth. Alvis is more valuable than the Empress. Yes, I do want all those coins, thank you. And I don't really want Teleport 2.0, sorry. Don't want Headless Baby either, so let's just absorb it. Another luck upgrade, another damage upgrade. Whew, things are looking good. I only have 1 key though, so let me not squander my key on a gold chest. Take. Thank you. Alright, we out. Eve's Mascara. Oh, that is tempting. So what Eve's Mascara will do is it will double my damage as well as the damage of all future damage ups I take, but it will have my fire rate and my shot speed. Shot speed I don't care about, but is it worth losing all that fire rate, I wonder? In my personal opinion, yeah, I think it's worth it. Oh, get away from me, Troll Bomb. And I am certainly not going to turn down a 22 damage Brimstone run. This is amazing. And yeah, it creates another run where I basically have to put in minimal effort. Especially since that 22 damage is also affecting my spiders. Hello! Hello! Yeah, you'll never see me apologize for taking things like this to give myself an easier run. After all, that is the point of the game. Holy water, don't care. Another damage up, beautiful. Oh, and look at that! It was like a nearly 3-point damage up thanks to Eve's mascara. God, that's ridiculous. On top of that, we have Infestation 2 and Bookworm. There's nothing bad I can say about this run right now. This is incredible. And now I need to find a few more coins to get Tarot Cloth. Are you fucking serious right now? Let's just quick map out the area. Alright, so the easiest way to get coins would be to use Swallowed Penny in conjunction with a possible blood donation machine. Or just bomb these two unfortunate fucks. Alright, that didn't work as well as I would have liked. Still 4 more coins to go to get Tarot Cloth. Correction, 3 more coins to go to get Tarot Cloth. Correction, we have Tarot Cloth. And then some. Well, it's too late for that to be of any worth. Buy this. Now I need to hurry, because if I want to make boss rush, I've still got to go through a few more rooms. So good. So good. By the way, for what it's worth, I will never say that I think Tarot Cloth is... or not Tarot Cloth. That Brimstone is an automatic win. Because there is always the possibility that you'll pick it up, but then just be in too crappy of a spot to do anything with it afterwards. Yeah, I want Mobswood. And that's Flight, and I'm going to go Dark Route. I want neither one of those. Oh, there you are. Good. The fucking mask enemy is done and over with. Yeah, 32 damage Brimstone. Yeah, this boss rush will be over before you can say Bloody Ridiculous. Did I mention I'm a huge Earthbound fan? Oh, it's the tank. The tank. I mean, yeah, he is a tank, but it's not the tank. Oh, whoa, hey, buddy. Watch what you're doing. Oh, okay. Thank you, spiders. My spiders are strong. Don't you dare doubt my strength, boy. Locust of Conquest, and I think we will absorb that book. So we now have the effect of like 5, 6 items right now. Alge's Chaos card. What is this? The stars? I don't need it. We are in a wonderful position. Enough so that I almost forgot what I was saying about Mortal Kombat. But trust me, I just remembered another point that I was going to bring up. So one of the things that I think is becoming more and more sadly prevalent as time goes on are these efforts going on to censor user reviews. And Mortal Kombat is definitely guilty of some of that. I believe right now the game is getting review bombed because of its woke message and the idea that they've been doubling down on their "you're no fan of this franchise" crap. So it creates this environment where, yeah, they're probably... Okay, so let's be fair. I don't know if they're actually censoring reviews of the game. 2 of clubs. I actually kind of don't want Dead Cat right now. I'm not going to use the Alges room. Should have picked up the battery before I went in there. I see you, Tim Rock. Don't try to hide from me. But that's certainly their case, is that they don't care about what the fans want. They think that the fans are a joke. It's been nothing but disrespect for people that have been following the game for friggin' ever. Yeah, I'll take that. It's not like I need to worry about my actual range stat. But if you ask me, that's kind of the last bastion of hope for a series is its user reviews, to allow people to say what's on their mind. And if you're going to start taking that away from people, then what do you have left? As far as I'm concerned, this has just gone too far. The political correctness, the thought police, the social justice crowd, this all needs to stop. It all needs to go away. I don't know what bug crawled up the progressive left's ass and died, but they need to back off. Just back off everything. Back off all of the things that we find joy in life, and just do something better with your time. Magician. Oh, this will be fun. Magician. Yeah, I'll definitely take that. Oh, and a lump of coal. This is turning into a ridiculous run. Let me go back and get my Alges. So, what do we have left of the shell that was Mortal Kombat? We've got, to be fair, the most important part of the game, the actual moment-to-moment fighting, is just fine. At least they had to leave one thing intact. But between the disrespecting of the fans, the disrespecting of the lore, the disrespecting of the characters, not understanding how actual fights work, especially considering that a lot of ancient Greek wrestlers were actually wrestling naked. Between wanting to insult the fans, wanting to go out of their way to censor criticism, to make fun of fans who criticize. I don't know, it kind of seems like there isn't much left of the Mortal Kombat that I care about. The Mortal Kombat that was the shining light in the darkness, who could not care any less about your censorship and your bullshit if you held a gun to its head. Now we're bowing to the woke social justice crowd. It makes no sense. Actually, to be fair, it does make sense. More than likely what happened is one of these people just kind of managed to sneak their way into a position of authority at NetherRealm, and that was it. So it is my... It is my thought that if we want things to not be ruined for us from now on, that we can't let people who have that mindset be in a position of authority anymore. And I don't like that thought because, like I said, I'm more of a centrist when it comes to politics. I think there are some things that you should be right leaning on, some things that you should be left leaning on. But the overall point of the matter is when you go far to the left or far to the right, what you've done is you've gone too far. There is no... Thank you, spiders. Ow. Alright, well, we've got an easy kill against Hush coming up here, so we may as well just go for it. I'll definitely take that. This is 2 of hearts. Okay, don't care. Pinking Shears, Key-Bum. Alright, well, neither one of those items are necessarily to my interest. Even though I've already taken Magic Mush, so the damage modifier for this won't really be that big, I'm still going to take it. Mostly because, hey, best practices. You don't turn down Guppy's head when you see it during a run, so no reason to turn it down now. Oh, hey, Soy Milk! Look at that! You ever wanted a good idea as to how to ruin a run with Brimstone? Take Soy Milk. Now, before I decide whether or not to use my... the Void on that, I want to come in here, buy this, and I want to start donating. Cecil, it's okay, buddy. Oh, so close to that 999 goal. I can taste it. Yeah, I'll take Key-Bum, actually. There's the possibility that he could provide me with some interesting things. That I'm just going to absorb. The Lovers, Alges. Where'd my Chaos card go? There it is. Alright, so now if you want to take out Hush with the Chaos card, what you gotta do is you gotta take out the first form first, which is basically just Blue Baby. Now, you use the Chaos card on that form. Alright. Now, I have the option to go fight Delirium, and perhaps I probably should, but I want to take out the Dark Path first. I guess I had already done Hush with this character. Alright. Yeah, we'll open that. I'm not going to the chest, so I'm not too worried about keys. Take the bomb. Now, I do have another piece of news to report that's not about Mortal Kombat, but I think I want to save it for a different video because I've already kind of themed this one out. And for what it's worth, no, I don't necessarily like just picking on NetherRealm Studios all the time. There's probably some decent guys there who are doing their work and probably don't enjoy getting flogged by the people who are tired of these political messages being in everything. But thank you. But I'm not going to back down from my feelings just because of that. What I will say is those of you who are at NetherRealm who also don't appreciate this happening to things, say something. Yeah, unless it's seriously a situation of speak up, get fired. Which, if that's the case, your freedom of speech is being oppressed. And honestly, that to me is kind of the biggest crux of the case here, is we're all being strong-armed into giving up our freedom of speech for what? Someone doesn't like the idea of sexualizing things? Which, again, I remind you, in this game, is completely one-sided. They covered up the female characters because they wanted to respect them, but the men? Fuck it. You don't need to cover up the men, and you're just men after all. Which means that by your own admission, using your own excuse of you wouldn't wear a bikini into a fight, you're fighting for your life, yada yada, that means that it's okay for men to go into fights for their lives in their skivvies, being practically naked, shirtless, wearing just a pair of pants or a loincloth or what have you. It's okay for them to go into battle like that, but not for the poor little ladies. No, we have to protect the women. Men? Fuck them. A little late for that trick to help, but thank you. And it is to that that I say this double standard bullshit needs to go away. Don't tell me what I should and shouldn't value when all you're doing is making it evident that the real issue here is that you just don't like men. Alright, so what I want to do is take my runes, drop them outside, and get a whole bunch of bombs. Now, there's not a whole lot of reason for me to be stocking up on bombs unless I happen to get sad bombs in the dark room. If I get sad bombs, then it'll all be worth it. Hey, don't be upset with me, Satan. You gave me the power. Couldn't care less about Hogalaws. Locust of Pestilence! Furthermore, then by going out of your way to say to make this proclamation of wanting to protect the women of Mortal Kombat to be more respectful to them, honestly, I think it does more to disrespect women. And I don't mean the women in the game, I mean women in real life. So you're telling me that it's not good enough for women to it's not good for women to be fighting semi-unprotected in Mortal Kombat because their sensibilities need to be protected? So basically what you're telling me is that women are too sensitive to see this sort of thing? Is that what you're getting at? Like, I'm not sure what exactly you're on about, but I'm smelling horse shit from about 3 miles away. How did I get another Chaos card? Didn't I use mine? Either way, that makes the llama fight real easy. So, I put it to you, the viewer, that I don't think women need that kind of protection. I think women can handle what's in Mortal Kombat just fine. They don't need people to tell them what they should and shouldn't be offended by. They don't need people to tell them what is and isn't okay. I frankly think that women are perfectly capable of making their own decisions. And as I've said before, when it comes to games like Mortal Kombat that are so over the top anyways, then you're missing kind of the point here, because men and women alike enjoy seeing the beautiful people of Mortal Kombat doing ridiculous things. Like, I'm sorry if you don't like it, but it's a thing. It really is a thing. Hold on. Just because you somehow feel this strange desire to try to protect women doesn't mean that the women that you're quote-unquote protecting appreciate it. Matter of fact, I would be willing to say that more women probably resent it than actually want it. No one wants you to play Big Brother for them. By the way, I've gone on record as saying that I hate Tiny Planet, but if you have Tiny Planet Brimstone, it actually gives you a defensive buffer zone while still firing the beam forward. So, Tiny Planet Brimstone, okay. Tiny Planet most anything else, not okay. Oh, Tiny Planet is also okay if you have technology. It once again does the same thing, gives you like a circular defensive buffer zone. No, I would not like to do a victory lap, but yes, I would like to fight Delirium. Locust of Death. Death. Okay, maybe not death, but... So, if everything goes according to plan, in one fell swoop, I will have completed the entire post-it note aside from Mega Satan with Apollyon. And that feels pretty good. Wow. Just don't pay attention to anything. Just ram your face into whatever comes across. You don't need to think, do you? Who needs thinking? And in case you're wondering, no, I don't get any sort of perverse joy from hating on Mortal Kombat. The fact of the matter is, I'm actually really sad that Mortal Kombat has gone the direction it has. I was looking forward to the new game. But then they started pulling things like, well, this, and it's just become apparent that the new developers of Mortal Kombat could care less about what the fans actually want. And you know, the extremely sad part about all of it, I don't even know why I wanted to pick that up, I guess just because the cartridge is kind of useless. The real sad part, really? A second time? I don't want a red heart, though. Actually, it doesn't matter. I don't have the Polaroid, so yeah, I'll take it. What the hell? Actually, now that I think about it, the idea that it's useless makes me want to pick this back up. There. By the way, I saw the mistake I made there with that dodge. Hopefully in a future scenario, I don't make the same mistake. Piggy Bang! Okay, well that's useless. We'll Black Rune that. By the way, the Black Rune has the same effect as the Void, where it's... Nice. Where it's... I'll take the judgment. Where it basically absorbs an item and turns it into a stat boost. The big difference, wow, is that they altered the Void not too long ago so that... And I'm sorry, I don't really want the AWAS rune. They altered the Void not too long ago so that if you void an active item, it just becomes a part of the Void item. So every active item that you've sucked up with... What in the world is happening to me? Definitely take a mark. So that every active item you suck up with the Void ends up just being used all at once when you use the Void, when you use the Void next. However, when you use something along the lines of multiple Perthrow runes, nice. However, when you use Black Rune, it actually works off of the original effect of the Void item, in which it sucks up whatever is in the room and uses it as a stat boost. That's active item, passive item, whatever. The Black Rune doesn't care, so it's nice to save Black Runes for things like that. Okay, take Guppy's collar. If I end up becoming Guppy on this final floor, I would just laugh my head off. Box. You know what? No, we can do better than that. Let me go get the other Perthrow rune. Perthrow! Take! It's more damage! Alright. So, we now backtrack all the way over here, now knowing that Delirium is probably in the upper right corner. I only have one rune, and it's that one Alges that I have. Hold on, I have two Alges runes. Hold on, I do want to play the Demon Judgment. What do we have here? Magician, Deck. Don't want the poker chip. Another death card. Come on, you gotta pay out sooner or later here. And he pays out with Demon Baby, which I will immediately absorb. And I don't have another use for my money, so I might as well see if you got anything. Alright, let's go Joker. Nothing I want. Alright, so take Alges and the Magician. And we're saving those both for Mr. Delirium. Why is it Mr. Delirium? I don't know. Sounded cute at the time, but I mean, Delirium could be a woman, it could be a female. I don't even deny it, but I mean, can you tell the gender of a shapeshifter? Last I checked, changelings were pretty genderless. That's mostly by necessity, honestly. And I suppose you could make the argument of, oh, well, there are some changelings that prefer a specific gender or another. Well, I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has a gender. just means that it, has a preference for that gender. At the same time, now getting real nerdy about this, it's also very possible that hey, wait a minute. Go towards the center. There we go. Nope. High Priestess, which won't help. A Hierophant, which could help, but right now, I have this set up for a reason. Yara. It's good, I just don't need it right now. It is also possible that since we are basically just talking about fundamentally genetic materials, then it's possible that the changeling could have gender just based on what was used to form it. I'm thinking way too hard about just a goofy little statement that I made. Whoa, little zigzaggy shitheads. Alright, I'm gonna take a guess that this is Delirium. I would be wrong, but, it's a guess. Just stick with this. Besides, I don't have a way of doing infinite batteries right now, so... And I'm pretty sure there's no sacrifice room anyway, so... No chance at unlocking the Lost on this run. At the moment I get Mom's Box and infinite batteries, then we're in there. Alges the Magician. Alright. Let's now make our way to Delirium. Also remember, even though I'm not really using the Maw of the Void attack, the fact of the matter is, Maw of the Void is a damage up when you pick it up, so there's no reason not to take it. Alright, so now, let's protect ourselves and use the Magician. You and your silly telefragging bullshit. Don't you feel silly now? And I also don't have to aim. Basically, this fight's as good as won already, he just doesn't know it yet. Flawless victory against Delirium. Doesn't that taste good? Tastes like cherries and victory. Cherry, that should be the next Ben & Jerry's flavor. Cherries and victory. Void. Oh, hey, now it's available for other characters. Oh, sweet, sweet victory. Alright, I'm thinking I'm pretty much done talking about Mortal Kombat 11 at this point. As I said in the description of my previous video, if you're playing the game and you're enjoying it, honestly, good for you. I'm happy that you can enjoy something that I don't think I could. More power to you. I just don't think that things will turn out the way that anyone really, at least that I would want them to. I've already stated that I think the game has gone too far out of its way to be political. I don't want to be any part of it. But, that having been said, thank you everyone very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, drop a subscription to get to see other stuff in the future. Drop a like, leave a comment, it all helps out a great deal, but the best thing you can do with this video, as always, is to share it with a friend. My name is Dark Sage Walker, and I'll be seeing you.